All right, so we're here with Robbieyn, and we work together to help her find her new job. So, Robbieyn, before we decided to work together, where were you in your job search?
So before my job search, I was just kind of at a job that felt very dead end, no growth of opportunity, and the management um, was significantly broken. So we had a high turnover rate. So it just felt like we were always constantly training. And I just felt like there was just nothing more that I could do in the current position or with the current company that I was with. So I found Kara and she introduced me to kind of a new way of looking for a job. Typically, most of us will just go on LinkedIn and look for jobs there, and then we'll go on the job board and start submitting our applications. And it just felt like it was going to a black hole. Like it didn't matter what type of qualifications I had or what type of background experience or education I had. Nobody was either responding or they would respond and then I would get ghosted by a recruiter or somebody like an HR person would say, "Oh, we would love to get back to you. You have everything we're wanting," and get your hopes built up. And then 3 months goes by and nothing would ever happen. So that's basically where I was at when I met Kara.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's a really broken process, the traditional job search process. And I'm really glad that we were able to work together. And what I'm really passionate about is finding an ideal situation, something where you're fulfilled at work. And I'm excited because
Mm-hmm.
prior to recording, we were talking about how you love your management now. You love the team that you're with, which is an
Yes.
ideal situation. That's exciting. So,
Yes.
what was the most valuable part for you working together? Some people say mindset, interview prep, things like that. For you, what was most valuable?
It was actually kind of a combination of like everything all together. The reason I say is because there was days that I just felt very discouraged and felt like maybe there isn't anything out there. And I was doing this right when COVID hit and when everybody was getting laid off or was losing their job or companies were shifting their dynamics of how they wanted to position their employees. So I was looking for a new position during the midst of COVID. And there was times that during that I was looking for a job and I felt very discouraged or unsatisfied or that nothing was ever going to pan out. So that was one thing that was really nice is just having Kara there and having her kind of prep me up sometimes and say, "Hey, you know what? This happens. You're going to get something. Just stick with it." The other thing was the interview techniques. You really have to put the effort into the entire process. You can't just be, I'm going to just submit my payment or sign up for this coaching class and then have Kara take it over. It's kind of a two-way street. So Kara gives you a lot of the tools and you have to be willing to take those tools and utilize them. So she showed me, how to start prepping for interviewing and how to do like networking through LinkedIn. I mean, a lot of us will go out to, after work social events and kind of network that way. So she kind of opened the door of like, "Hey, I know that everybody's working from home now. So here's some great opportunities to kind of network with people." So you kind of have to be okay with putting yourself out there. But I think by doing that and learning those opportunities, that gave me more of a launch to launch my career into something better.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially once COVID hit, got to figure out a new way to network.
Hmm.
Those happy hours weren't happening. So,
Yes.
I'm so glad you were able to find some really great new ways to find people to make relationships with and
Hmm.
network your way into this new job. If someone was sitting here right now and they were, worried about the investment or considering working with me, what would you tell them?
Um, I would say that you get what you pay for. So if anybody's like just kind of shopping around and they're thinking, "Oh, well, I could go to this other coaching company that maybe costs a little bit less or maybe seems more, like it has more benefits," I would say that you definitely get what you pay for. So Kara is always there to bring up new ideas. She's always on top of her game. She's researching information. I mean, she writes for Forbes. I mean, so she's always looking for different avenues to approach for her clients. And she wants to make sure that she opens those up to everybody. Whatever knowledge and information that Kara gains, she shares right away. And I think that's really valuable is the transparency, is that it's never a guessing game with Kara. You're never wondering, okay, well, what should I really do? I mean, and you can reach out and ask her like I asked her several questions. I'm like, this may sound like a dumb question, Kara. And she's like, nope, that's a perfectly great question. So that's something that I think is really important, is to have transparency. When you hire somebody like Kara, you want somebody that's transparent. You want somebody that's always looking for new, bright, shiny ideas and opportunities and sharing them with you. Because when you're looking to move into a different career or move on to a different avenue, you want to know, okay, what is out there? I don't want to go through the same type of rigmarole as I have been, because it hasn't been working.
Awesome. Thank you. I loved working with you. It was so great to strategize your job search. And I'm so happy that you're in an ideal situation and loving your team and your management.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing, Robin.
Thank you.